and welcome back to my channel. I'm so glad you're here. For today's video, I'm going to be doing a little get ready with me. I already did my hair. I just did my basic loose curls that I've shown you guys in a previous video. And in that video, I also showed y'all an everyday look, but today is actually going to be more of a date night, special occasion, whatever you want it to be, but it is going to take a little bit longer. By no means is this a makeup tutorial. I'll be the first to say I am no makeup guru, but I just thought it'd be a fun opportunity to just sit down, chat with you guys about all the random things while I do my makeup. So with that being said, let's go ahead and get started. Before we get into the makeup that I'm going to be using for today's look, I wanted to show y'all a few of the things that I have already put on my face this morning. So first I have the Olay Complete UV 365 Daily Moisturizer. I feel like not only does this help because it is SPF, but it also gives me a really natural glow, which I really like. So I use this on the days whenever I know I'm going to be going outside. And then I have this skin therapy oil for your face. It is by Palmer's. I've told you guys about this before as well. This helps with fine lines, and I have noticed a tremendous difference in my own face. So I have this little line right here that I guess it's from like squinting my face too much, and I got super self-conscious about it the past year because I feel like it has only gotten more noticeable. And since I've started using this, it has been about 2.5 months and I see all the difference. So I would highly recommend this. I got it on Amazon, but I think you can get it at Target as well, maybe even Walmart. So I would just look this up. Again, Palmer's Skin Therapy Oil, and it is the face version. The only other thing I put on is this Tula Skincare Glow and Get It. It's just like a brightening eye balm. I've used a few of their products. This is one that I will say I really like. It literally feels like aloe vera gel around your eyes, and it just feels so cooling, like it says, and it also brightens it up a little bit, especially on those days whenever you're feeling tired and your face shows it. So those are the 3 items that I have on right now, and we're gonna go ahead and get started with the makeup portion. The first makeup item I'm gonna be putting on is my foundation, and that is this Infallible Pro Matte by L'Oreal. I've been using this for I can't tell you how long, and it works, it's good. I'm not huge on foundation. I don't really need like a full coverage, at least in my opinion. So this works for me. It is the color Caramel Beige, and it is a semi-matte finish. So that's perfect for me because my skin, usually in the mornings, I would say it's pretty dry, but the more that the day passes, it starts to get pretty oily. So I feel like this is a pretty good balance for my skin. We're gonna go ahead and put that on, and as you can see, I don't have a big mirror that I'm looking at, so I'm just using this little mirror right here. So I'll try to hold it away from my face so y'all can see. So I'm just gonna spread that on here. This is a bit of a tedious task. I wanted to talk with you guys about how y'all are doing during this whole COVID situation. I feel like for me, I'm starting to go a bit stir crazy, and I get that way only whenever Dylan isn't here. I feel like whenever I'm alone, it just gives me more time to think, and then I start to have like negative thoughts, which are never good. I feel like my mind can easily be taken over by those thoughts. So I'm really trying to stay positive and see the best side of things. I know people are going through a lot worse, and I'm just happy to be healthy and at home and just doing the best I can. So I know there's some people out there who are having to cancel like their weddings and like big life events, and I cannot imagine. Like that hurts my heart. I remember days leading up to Dylan and I getting married, and I was just thinking of all the things that could go wrong, but never in my mind did I think it could be like a natural disaster that could affect our huge day. So I seriously feel for those people who are having to cancel things like that, having to cancel trips. It just is heartbreaking, really, but it's all for the best. What's meant to be will be, and we're all gonna get through this. Next, we are gonna pull out our concealer. I recently got this online only because it was on sale. It is this Tarte Shape Tape, and I have heard amazing things about this. So I figured, why not make a little splurge? And it really wasn't, because I think this is usually like $27 or $28, and this time it was only $13.50. It was half off, so yeah, it would have been $27 originally. And I've used it a couple of times. I haven't really been doing my makeup much at home, but whenever I have used it, I really like it. So I'm gonna go ahead and put that on, and you guys can tell me if there is a different method that you're supposed to use when putting this on, because I just kind of wing it and do what I've seen online, and also don't get it in your hair like I just did. Okay, we're gonna do it over there. And right there, and then I'm gonna do a little bit right there, a little bit down my nose, and then I've seen people do that, so we're just gonna see how that works. And like I said previously, I usually don't even use concealer for an everyday makeup look, which I might start now that I have one. I've only ever had one once before, so that could easily change. And I'm gonna go ahead and blend it in with my beauty blender. This is like a cheaper beauty blender. I don't know the difference between this and the normal one, but it has worked well. I like it. It's like the same beauty blender brand, it's just a different item, I guess. I don't really know, I may be totally wrong on that, but I'm just gonna blend it in well, and I did dampen this a little bit before using it. So I feel like that helps the product to blend better. I don't know why. Maybe I'm just saying that because it's something I saw online, but it works for me. So we're just gonna blend that. Another tedious task. I guess makeup in general is tedious. Speaking of canceling trips, so we actually have a trip that we planned for July. It's actually late July. We leave like July 31st and then we come back August 5th, and we're gonna be going to Disney, and I'm starting to get a little bit worried that we're gonna have to cancel that, but again, like I said, I'm gonna take my own advice and just be patient and not stress about it, because if it happens, it happens. It's meant to be. It's for the safety of others, and that is all that matters. Disney World is literally our favorite place. We've gone, I mean, we're not like the most adventurous people ever. I would like to be, but we haven't gone to any crazy places quite yet, other than like Hawaii, which was awesome. But even after going to Hawaii, although it is two totally different places, you can't really compare the two, I would still choose Disney World any day. I don't know, if you've never been, it's hard to understand, but it's literally magical. Like, you are in another world from the minute you drive in. So a little bit about our experience, we've gone twice before. So both times we stayed in the parks, which if you have the extra money, I would highly recommend that. It's just a totally different experience, I feel like, from staying at a hotel. And tell me if I'm wrong, because I've never stayed at just like a hotel off-site. Maybe we just spoiled ourselves with our previous trip, but I would highly, okay, I don't know if I let this sit too long, but it's not blending. So if you're wondering why I'm literally pounding at my face right now, that's why. So you fly to Orlando, you get off the plane, and then you immediately get on the Magical Express, which is awesome. It's so cute. You walk in, there's like videos playing with like instructions on going to Disney, all the cool stuff you're about to see, all of that stuff. And then they take you directly to your hotel where you get your magic bands. Actually, I take that back. You get your magic bands in the mail like a few weeks prior to your trip. And your magic band, you use that for literally everything. You use it to check into your hotel room. You use it to get into the park. You use it to buy food in the park. You use it to buy food out of the park but still on site. Like, that is literally your credit card and a bracelet. It's literally so convenient. You don't have to worry about if you forget your wallet, unless you need your ID for like drinks and stuff, of course. Anyway, you get your magic band. You don't even have to worry about getting a rental car, because you have the Disney shuttle that literally takes you everywhere. It takes you from park to park. It takes you to downtown Disney, which is now called Disney Springs. It's still the same thing, there's just a lot more added to it, like new restaurants, new stores, all of that. But you literally have a ride everywhere, so you don't have to get a rental car, which is great too, unless you're going to, of course, like Universal Studios as well, then you might wanna consider getting a rental car. Now I'm gonna go ahead and go in with my bronzer. This is like, looks so worn out, but I really haven't had it very long. It is this Revolution bronzer. It was just a cheaper brand at Ulta, and I really liked it. It says Mega Bronzer in the shade 01 Cool. So I really like this. On my cheekbones. Usually I'll go over after, because sometimes I don't, I think I may have just put too much on. I talked for too long. Usually I'll go in after and put a little bit more depending on how dark or light it is. And then I put it down here, give myself a little contour on the jawline. Apparently that seems to work. And a little bit on my forehead. I usually do it to the sides and then kind of like on the top half of my forehead, if that makes sense. And then I will take my little eyeshadow brush and do a little bit of contour on my nose. Nothing crazy. And now we're gonna go into the highlighter, which is another item that I usually don't use on a regular basis. So I have this Wet n Wild Mega Glow highlighting powder. Another drugstore item, I actually looked up reviews for this and it had really good reviews. I'm really liking it so far. It's a very pretty color. It's not too much, but you can also still very much tell that you're wearing highlighter, which I like. So I'm gonna go ahead and put that on the normal places you would put highlighter. So back to Disney. It's literally magical, and we have a trip planned for, like I said, August, and I'm getting really nervous that we're gonna have to cancel it. Our flight actually already changed and we had to deal with that, but that wasn't really a huge deal. We actually ended up getting a cheaper flight at a better time, so that actually worked out in our favor. But other than that, I'm still just kind of worried. The first time we went was in 2014, and we absolutely loved it. We stayed at the park that time, and we were like, we have to come back. I remember whenever we booked that trip, we were doing so much research on, you know, should we go to Universal? Should we go to Disney? Because whenever you think Disney World, you think kind of kiddish. Like you're like, you know, I don't know if I should go here if I don't have kids because this might just be like way too much. And even after we booked the trip, we were like, dang, maybe we should have booked like a hotel by Universal Studios and spent like days there and maybe like taken a little trip to Disney. But after we went, we were like, no, this is like our place. This is our thing. And Dylan and I, like, I've always loved Disney. I've always loved Disney movies. I put a little bit above my eyebrow. I'm not sure what that does, but I saw that online. But I've always been into like going to the Disney store whenever it used to be open at the mall. Like anything Disney, I love. I loved Disney, but I was never super like, you know, a ton of Disney stuffed animals, Disney fanatic, fan club, all that, and neither was Dylan. I thought Disney would be the last place he would ever want to go. So the fact that we went and he loved it as much as he did is still shocking to me. So before I get way too into Disney and way too excited, I'm gonna go ahead and show y'all the eyeshadow I'm gonna be using. I have this ColourPop eyeshadow palette. It has a lot of pretty colors. So as you can see, I've used this one quite a bit. I think today I'm gonna be using a mix of these two orangey peaches shades and then maybe a little bit of shimmer on the lid as well. So I'm just gonna go ahead and actually take this lighter shade right here, if you can see that, and just do it on the crease. Very lightly back and forth on both sides. So fast forward to 3 years later, we went back to Disney and we actually kind of upgraded our resort a little bit, stayed at a nicer Disney resort than we did last time, but I mean the first one we stayed at was super nice too, so I would highly recommend it. But to my surprise, Dylan proposed on our first day there. It was literally the best day ever, and that made me love Disney even more. So I will give y'all a backstory of that because I don't think I've told y'all anything about our proposal or what happened. So we went to Disney like normal, got on the plane, got on the Magical Express, got to our hotel, checked in our bags, and when we got to the hotel, we were getting ready because we were about to go straight to Magic Kingdom for our first day there. And Dylan was changing and I was like, well, I don't know what to wear. Like, am I looking cute? Am I wearing like Nike shorts and a t-shirt? Are we going straight from the park to Disney Springs later for dinner? Or are we stopping back at the hotel to get ready? Like, what's the plan? Because I need to know so I know what to wear. Again, before I get more into that, I'm gonna go ahead and take this little reddish orangey color and again, go back over that crease just to make it a little darker. And then I think that'll be about it. I might add some shimmer in there too. So Dylan was like, we'll just go straight to dinner afterwards. So go ahead and wear something that you wouldn't mind wearing to dinner if we went. So something not too dressy, but something nice enough to go to dinner, but still comfortable enough to wear to the parks. So if you've been to Disney, you know that whenever you first walk into the Magic Kingdom, you are immediately greeted by like this pretty, like old-timey looking building. And then once you walk through that building, then you're in the parks and then you see like this cute little road filled with people. And it's just all of these cute little shops, whether it's like food or apparel, all of that good stuff. And then straight ahead, you see the huge castle. So it's just like the perfect, beautiful view that you have in front of you. And you're just walking straight toward the castle. So we start walking all the way down there. Once you start to get to the end of Main Street, there is a huge circle. And around that circle is a walkway. And in the middle, I think is like grass and maybe a design or just some sort of landscaping in there. And then you would walk around that to actually get close enough to be like, you know, touching the castle. So as soon as you get to that circle, before you actually get in it, that is where you see all of the photographers taking the pictures of people running up to you saying, hey, can I get y'all's picture? All of that stuff. So at that point, Dylan said he was so nervous because he's like, oh crap, we're close enough. I have to hurry up and do this now. So that way the person I'm getting to record me doing this gets the entire castle in the background. Because if you get too close and you take a picture, you're probably only gonna get maybe half, if not 3/4 of it. So we get to that spot and Dylan's like, hey, let me take your picture because I know you're gonna want one for Instagram. And I was like, oh yeah, that's true. Go ahead, take my picture, please. And then I'm like, well, let me take yours too. So I grab his phone and take one of him. And he's like, well, do you wanna ask someone if they'll like take a picture of us together? And I was like, sure. So he went up to like some random couple and he said he chose this couple because it wasn't a younger couple. They were probably in their 30s. They had a child. So he chose them because his thing was if I go up to like some young girl or a young guy, maybe like our age, they might kind of give it away and freak out and be all excited. So he walked up to them, and I know this because we have it on the video and I can hear him talking to the guy. He's like, hey, so I'm about to propose. I need you to just record this. It's already recording. All you have to do is hold the phone and act like you're taking a picture. Once Dylan does that, he runs back to me and I'm all like, you know, looking around, being nosy. I'm definitely like a people watcher and I'm always looking around, trying to see everything that's going on. So he comes back, we start to get by each other so we could take a picture, and he kind of grabs me lightly and moves me and is like, hey, here, get on your good side. And I'm like, I didn't know I had a good side. And the minute I turned around to get on my good side, he was on his knee. So I was completely shocked. I'm still like about to start tearing up right now because it was just such a cool memory to have. And I can't wait to be able to tell our kids and show them that video. It was just so crazy and so surreal, and everyone around us was clapping. I pretty much blacked out. I don't remember anything he said. I just remember saying yes and being so excited, but also in shock, like kind of stuck, not knowing what to do. That was our experience getting engaged. So that was really cool. And then here we are now, a married couple. I just keep reapplying eyeshadow. Sorry, I'm getting distracted. Next, we are gonna go ahead and put on eyeliner. This is gonna be fun because usually I have to have both hands to pull my eyelid and go like this, so we are just gonna try it with one hand. So this is gonna be interesting. I'm just using this Revlon eyeliner. It's a liquid eyeliner, which I prefer. I feel like it looks much better than a pencil in my opinion, and it goes on a lot easier too. Let's go ahead and try this. I've never talked and done this either, so we're just gonna see. So we're gonna start right there. My eyeliner is now done. I don't know why I did not think about the fact that I've never done that without using two hands. So that was way tougher than I thought it would be, but I think it all worked out and it'll look fine once I put on mascara. And now I'm gonna be using this L'Oreal Telescopic Black Mascara. I can't tell you how long I've been using this, but it works really well. I could probably use a new one because this one is starting to get a little bit dried out. I'm gonna go in with my eyelash curler because this works wonders. The thing about my eyelashes, I have very long eyelashes, but they are not curly by any means. We're just gonna go ahead and hold that there for about 5 seconds. I also wanted to mention my hair. So I don't know what has been going on with me lately, but my hair has been shedding like no other, like it never has before. And it almost freaked me out the other day because I'll like wake up in the morning and go to brush my hair, and without me even brushing it, sorry guys. Without me even brushing it, I go like this and it's just like right now, hair. And I don't know, I haven't changed anything. I'm not using any new hair product. I did recently get my hair done, definitely over a month ago because it was right before all of this COVID stuff started happening. It has just been shedding like it has never shed before, and it's starting to scare me. Like I don't know what's going on. So I was just curious if any of you guys have ever dealt with anything like that, because it's just becoming crazy. And even like the other day, I put my hair up in a bun and the whole like bottom layer of my hair back here was like short. So I guess, what is that called? Breakage? I'm not sure. I've never dealt with anything like it before. So any advice on how to fix that would be much appreciated. I'm actually really enjoying this whole beauty thing. I feel like during this time of quarantine, I've had some time to like practice my makeup and to practice my hair. I naturally have really flat hair, unfortunately. It's very thick, but it's very flat. And I've been wanting to buy like some sort of volume or texture spray, and I almost talked myself into it a couple of weeks ago whenever I saw someone recommend, I think it was by Living Proof. It was some sort of dry volume spray. And apparently, according to their before and afters, it makes your hair have so much volume and just look so pretty and not flat like mine does. And then I couldn't talk myself into spending 20-something dollars for it. So I decided against it, but I'm starting to think that I probably should have just went ahead and gotten it. So I might still get that. Today I tried something a little bit different. I did my normal hair routine that I always do, which is why y'all aren't seeing it on camera, because it's pretty basic. You just curl your hair, curl it away from your face, and then just kind of let it fall. I prefer like the loose waves over like the curly Sue type waves. I pulled a really thin layer from the top and moved it over, and then teased the bottom and then moved it back over. Because I've seen people tease their hair before, but they're teasing every single part to where it just looks really ratty, and that was what I didn't want. So I like the way it turned out. By the time this video is done, it's probably gonna be flat again, but I would recommend that if you're just wanting like a quick little tease. And it would probably last longer if I did hairspray as well, which I don't have any on hand. I rarely use hairspray. Actually, I can't remember the last time I ever even had some. So I usually just curl my hair and let it fall where it wants to fall. I'm doing my mascara right now. I don't know if any of you guys have this problem, but any time I do my mascara, it literally gets all under and on top of my eyes. I don't know if I'm like pushing down too hard. We are almost through here. It takes me a while to do my makeup, I feel like, because I don't do it often. So when I do, I feel like I'm very concentrated. So while that dries, like I said, we're gonna go ahead and do the eyebrows. I use this NYX Professional Makeup Crayon. I like this one. It works well for me as long as you don't like put way too much on to where you can clearly tell that you drew in your entire eyebrow. You should be good. I'm just gonna brush that out like so. Y'all should have seen my eyebrows a week ago. Oh my gosh. So I usually get my eyebrows threaded every like 3 weeks because I have always had bushy eyebrows. Like they grow so fast, it's inevitable. There's nothing I can do about it, which no complaints because I'm thankful that I have eyebrows that grow. They were so bad because of this whole COVID situation and not being able to get them done. I feel like you could barely see my eyes because there was so much hair all over my eyelids. It was terrible. Sorry guys, got a little bit too concentrated there. So now that we're done with that, we are about done. I'm just gonna take a Q-tip and let me go wet it really quick. So I have a wet Q-tip here. I'm just gonna take this and kind of roll it. Actually, I'm just gonna kind of smudge it across the eyelid. And this may defeat the purpose of even putting eyeshadow on before because I usually always have to go back over it, but that's okay. And then we'll go on the bottom. Oh darn, the one thing I did forget to do is go in with eyeshadow on the bottom as well. So I'm gonna go ahead and show y'all how I do that too. I do a lot of repeating with my makeup. So now that I did that, I'm gonna go back in here to put that extra concealer that's probably still on here just under here to cover up where I just wiped it off. And then I'm gonna go back in with this corner shade that I had showed you guys and put that on the bottom of my eyelid. For underneath my eye, for the eyeshadow I was just telling you guys about, I'm gonna take this orangey shade and then this redder brownish shade next to it and kind of combine the two and just do a subtle look underneath the eye to give it a little extra pop. So I'm gonna take that and just kind of dot it in there. And then we're just gonna flip this around and go back in and blend up here just so it's as blended as possible. I've noticed before that I've thought that my makeup was all done, and then once I get out and about and don't have my makeup with me, I find spots that are not blended, and it was pointless to even do my makeup because I look like I don't know how. We are gonna go ahead and do our lips. So for my lips, I don't do anything crazy. I just take this NYX lip crayon and put it on the outside of my lips. This is almost like the same color as my lips, I would say. So, can't really talk while doing this, so. Since this is so light and it almost matches my lips, I try to go a little bit up more to make my lips look a little bit bigger and to make them look a little bit more full, because I already have fairly small lips. And ignore this little crack in my lip if y'all can see it. I woke up the other morning and as soon as I opened my mouth, I was like, oh, and it's just like a crack in my lip, and it has been there for a week now, and it hurts so bad. Even like if I eat something, I have to make sure I take small bites because otherwise it rips even more. And yeah, it just hurts really bad, and I'm hoping it goes away pretty soon. I've been trying to put like chapstick and lotion and whatever I can on it so it doesn't stay so dry to where it keeps cracking. I'm just gonna take this NYX Butter Gloss. This is in the shade Creme Brulee. Again, this is a gloss. I have not used gloss since I feel like high school, but I'm actually really liking this one. It's like a pretty light pink neutral color. And we are all done. I feel like that took so long. I had a lot of fun just like randomly chatting with you guys. A lot of the time when filming these videos, I just wanna make sure I have good content, so I wanna make sure that I have like pinpoints to what I'm gonna talk about. I wanna make sure I'm not stuttering. I just wanna do whatever I can to make other people happy, when in reality, it's just good to be real and be yourself. And if I stumble over my words, you know, what can you do? We're human, we're not perfect. With that being said, I appreciate you guys so much for watching. If you have any suggestions at all, and I mean any, I've been struggling lately with figuring out what I want this channel to be, because there is just a variety of things that I love to do, that I love to talk about. So I would love any suggestions you guys have. I'll take your feedback, I'll take your input, I'll run with it, I'll do whatever I can to make these videos as enjoyable as possible for you guys. As always, I appreciate you so much for being here. Please be sure to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you'd like to see more. Thank y'all so much for being here, and I'll see y'all next time. Bye guys.